The year of the fire horse is going to bring the independence. It's not just bringing that wild energy, but the fire brings the energy for completing the task. But it's also a time for women to really step in their power.
Welcome to New Earth Podcast, where we dive into inspiring stories, profound wisdom, and insights from remarkable individuals who are driving the consciousness shift on our planet. If you're ready to elevate your awareness and well-being, you're in the right place. But before we dive into today's episode, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. Together, we'll continue to explore the ideas and conversations that help you up-level your consciousness. Thank you so much for your support and your comments and for being part of this journey. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to New Earth Co-Creators. Today, I have the most wonderful guest, Trish McKinnley, who is a psychic, a 5D manifesting expert, and creator of the Goddess Unleashed Oracle deck, which is a powerful tool to help you trust your intuition, but also manifest in alignment. And what makes this deck really amazing is that it doesn't just predict what's coming next. It helps you understand your energy and what the aligned action for you will be. So I don't know about you. Firstly, welcome, Trish.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah.
It's wonderful to have you on. And I had the pleasure of meeting Trish at the end of last year at an event in Glastonbury. We were just chatting before, and I am feeling like pummeled at the moment. We've just been in Portugal during this extreme weather events that have been going on. We're recording this a couple of weeks early. It won't go out, so probably it will have all settled down. But I was chatting with Trish, and it was like, let's bring this into the podcast, because this is really important to talk about, how we're all being pummeled at the moment as we move into the year of the horse.
Yes. What's interesting is when you give a pause and just think about, okay, what are the cosmic events occurring right now? And knowing that we are exiting the year of snake, of course, we're going to be shedding. Of course, we're going to be really triggered to release some things. It's like it's being identified. It's a grand invitation to release. And then it's also the transformation that's meant to occur prior to the year of the fire horse. Whether it was just the year of the horse you're still going to have that energy and independence, in certain aspects anyway. But having the year of the fire horse, that is so much more present and pushy. And if you think of fire and all of the energy that it invokes, we're experiencing that. And it's just like we experience different sensations during a retrograde, just like we experience things, even in our own lives, like around a big birthday, or, it's that time of the month, or, but we do have cycles that we go through. And this particular time, I feel the weather is just absolutely reminding us, especially women. I know men, actually, men do a better job of trusting their intuition. Men do a better job tuning things out overall. And it's very important that women take note of what's occurring, because this is a divine message for us to stop pushing ourselves, to take a moment, take a breather, relax. And we still feel like we have to, trudge through the snow, trudge through all this. And what's interesting, and I don't know about you, but overall, a lot of my conversations have been this, we're being pummeled with snow. You've got the other water element of the rain. But isn't it interesting? It's both that high emotion element that's coming forth for both of us, that is really an encouraging. Where are our emotions blocking us or getting the best of us, or we're ignoring and we need to go into it? So the snow for me has really helped pause, even though I don't want to. I've got a laundry list of things to do. And I know about you.
Yeah, I've been the same, because we were affected mostly by the winds. A lot of Portugal has been really affected by the flooding, but for us, it was storm damage that took down the power lines. It took out the internet. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
literally, I work online. I literally haven't been able to do any of my work. I've just had to sit without the electricity and just be with what is. So certainly that's been a very strong message with for me, at this end of the year of the snake. And I know also, Trish, we were privileged to have Trish do a beautiful card reading for the year of the fire horse. And
Yeah.
that is out on my channel. I'm going to put the link for that in the video description, because it's,
Yeah.
as you listen to the podcast today, you'll get a better understanding of how to read your personality types. And we're going to talk about that. But one of the messages that came through really strongly was this sense of this galloping fire horse, and how more than ever we really need to learn to when to say no, learn when to rest, learn when not to push ourselves.
Yes, we have our horses here. And it's interesting just observing their behavior. There's so much to learn from the herd. And I believe we knew this in the past, our past experiences, past lives, we have already encountered. But when you are with such a majestic animal and you are privy to the way they interact, you see, oh, that really works. Just watching their energy when they bring the full energy, which means, back away from me. I've got set boundaries. And the other thing is watching them in the snow. They have made it clear, I'm not going to go beyond this. I'm going to stay safe. I'm staying close to the barn. And they have free reign. They can go all over. And they are choosing to conserve their energy. They're choosing to just enjoy the hay, the grain, and being pampered and loving it. I feel like how often do we do that for ourselves? And what a great reminder. And the year of the fire horse is going to bring the other thing. It's not just bringing independence. It's not just bringing that wild energy, but the fire brings the energy for completing the task. You might find yourself a little irritated. So that's why having those breaks is going to be so important. But it's also a time for women to really step in their power. Women are really claiming during this year of the fire horse. And what a beautiful memory, especially if someone's listening to this podcast and it's way beyond the year of the fire horse. They're like, oh my gosh, that was 5 years from today. That's okay. Take this as a sign to claim your independence, to claim your boundaries, to claim your peace and tranquility and gratitude just for being you, imperfections and all, but celebrate you. What a great reminder for all of us every single day.
Oh, you brought in a lot of wisdom there. Firstly, thank you for bringing in the wisdom of the animals, and
Yeah.
also the horses in the year of the fire horse. We've had some beautiful guests on the channel who have channeled the animals' wisdom, and
Mm.
there's just so much we can learn,
Yeah. Yeah.
particularly during this year, learning from the horses. I think
Yes.
that's incredible. Um, and then the other wisdom that you brought in is that of divine timing, because no matter when anyone is listening to that, just trusting that this is the right moment for
Yeah.
them to receive the message. And I know later on we're planning to do a card reading,
Yes.
and with that intention of what message do the listeners need to hear right now in this moment to support their path forward.
Yeah.
um and
Yeah.
that that it's interesting, this piece about the fire, because I work with Chinese medicine, and in Chinese medicine the fire element is associated with the heart energy, which is all about your passion, following your joy, following your
Yeah.
purpose, really stepping into that. So I could really resonate with what you were saying
Yeah.
around that. I'd love to
Yeah.
dip into your cards now,
Sure. Sure.
and the four personality types, because I understand that when you were making your cards, you looked back to ancient wisdom.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you explain where the four personality
Sure.
types, how they came
So,
in, and how you integrated them into your goddess archetypes?
so Hippocrates, so he is the original personality profiler, and he was recognizing some people really listen to my advice. some people act like they're going to take my advice and don't. Some people follow my advice to a T, and some people say they're going to do it and then they just absolutely forget. And so he felt like maybe there was a reason for this because he saw four very clear categories. And then he thought perhaps it was related to the amount of fluid in our body, which I found just fascinating. And then a student of his, Galen, took the four temperaments and added to it so that he put more oomph to it. So we understood a little bit more personality quirks, maybe personality. I don't want to say weaknesses, but maybe challenges, that we fall into. So, for example, for him, he would say the sanguine personality was very much a forgetful, ADD kind of personality. And the other personality is very much that type A personality. So for me, what I really liked about the simplicity of the ancient wisdom is that we can identify ourselves right away. It's very easy. I do have a quiz you can take. You can also identify someone else, though. When you're having a conversation, and we all want a loving conversation. We want to communicate the best we can. We don't want an argument. And sometimes our partner, we're just not understanding where they're coming from, or our child. And we are so close to them that sometimes we don't understand where they're coming from. And then other times they're a stranger that we're interacting with. But understanding the four personalities enables you to communicate so that they're able to receive the message. They're able to understand what you're saying. And that's what I love about the simplicity of ancient wisdom. Hippocrates knew what he was doing. I actually had more of a professional business in this arena versus celebrating the goddesses. And after 20 years of enabling Fortune 500 companies to get it, it was like, you know what? I want to use my voice for people that are, just this, they need access to this. And so that's how goddessology was born. And the goddessology is really the method in understanding your personality and someone else's and how to interact, whether it's your partner, whether it's your coworker, whether you're a manager. For me, I wanted to be able to communicate with my kids. I had been a single mom of 6 kids for 15 years. I
Wow.
want to talk. I don't want to talk at them. I don't want to argue. And it is life changing. And so that was why I wanted the Goddess Unleashed deck to come out, because if you are connecting with your personality, you just need a message. Sometimes you're in a hurry. I just need one positive thing to start my day. That's what you are receiving.
I,
And as we go through the deck, and I'm sorry for being such a chatty patty here, but I have it color coded so that if you know your personality, you can see where, oh yeah, that is aligned with my particular personality. If it's not your personality, then it's borrowing from the strength of that particular personality. And how great is that? Just like if we're working with the horse energy, we're working with that power animal energy. Why wouldn't you want to work with your contemporary energy of this goddess that wants you to succeed? That is your cheerleader. So
I'm
that's
loving
why it was
this.
great.
And actually, my kids went to a Steiner school for some time, and it was something that was really important. They use the same model in the Steiner school to identify what your child was, so that you could work with them. So I really relate to this as well. And I found it really curious when I came along to your talk at the Glastonbury event, because you were helping people identify their personality types. And the way you started was like, who's always right? Who does your friends come to? And this lone woman stood up in a whole room full of people. She was really brave, and we really celebrated her. I was kind of like, at the time, I was like, do I dare stand up? No, I'm not. I dare to myself, no, I'm not always right. And I identified myself. You then said, who's got a list? And there was a whole room full of people put their hands up. Who knows where their list was? And I looked around and there wasn't so many people looking. So I identified myself as the goddess's order at that point. But then I went online and I did your quiz, and I actually came up as a goddess of action. So I found that really interesting because I must actually cut between those two. And
Yeah.
I'm sure that that's something you must come across quite a bit as
Yes.
well.
Yes. So I love that. I love that we're a blend of things. You do find people that are really more aligned with a particular personality. And that's totally fine. That's totally good to know and respect and honor. But we are oftentimes a beautiful blend. And then we also have the ability to have a personality mask because that was our parent. That was the way we were raised. Sometimes we put on that mask because we have a partner that is not so patient with the others. And so, if, for example, I am very much a goddess of optimism and goddess of peace. And so I have clutter everywhere. I don't see it, I just don't notice it. My husband is a goddess of order, and he likes it's not that he just likes order, but he just likes structure. So even if in my mess, if I have a contained, chaotic mess, it's comfortable for he's okay with it then. But it's also understanding for him, he might want me to do something, but if I communicate with him, hey, could you just make me a list? I'll try not to lose it, but make me a list, and that way I can check it off. And after being married, we've been married 11 years now. And so it works really well because he's able to not boss me around and,
That's really
and celebrate
interesting.
me, you know? Yeah.
Wow. So sometimes we'll pick
Yeah.
up a personality that's not our
Yeah.
necessarily true personality,
Yes.
just as a way of bridging a
Yeah.
relationship as well.
Yes, and the personality, the goddessology is the foundation. And then what I have is for helping your man, I want you to understand each of the four personalities because when you take my manifesting type quiz, you're getting into the percentages. What percentage are you of that goddess of action? What percentage of goddess of order? Because you might find it's interesting. I find you very much goddess of order and goddess of peace. A
Oh,
goddess of
really?
order will actually step into power when she needs to. But
Yes.
overall, she doesn't have to claim the room. She doesn't have to
No.
demand the attention. And I feel like your energy is just very loving, very approving, accepting, and warm. And not saying that theirs aren't, but it's like you genuinely have this energy about you where you care. It's like why you do the podcast, why you are of service to so many people, for so many of us. And so that's where I see, oh, okay, I bet when you take the reason why I created the manifesting type quiz is because I want you to go deeper into, oh, this is my particular preference for manifesting. So for you to manifest, I feel like you probably are more higher on, I'd be curious, on the goddess of order, which is the alchemist, meaning you want to have that list. You want to be able to have some things to tick off. And then you also know, okay, now I need an action plan. You work very well with the moon cycles. So naturally, you will work well with the moon cycles. And just knowing that kind of stuff, knowing that if you need that extra little oomph, you're going to be able to call on that maybe 2% that's that goddess of optimism and show up. And it might just be just smile today. That's all you got to do. Smile.
Someone put a
But you can do
message
it.
because our community has been totally devastated by this weather, and someone put in a message in our local group today. Only 2 more days, guys. Keep positive. So I've got my smile on.
Yes.
Well, I
Yes, we are
mean,
so
that's the
close.
thing. It's like that's part of the riding, the energy that we're in as well. It's
Yeah.
like, how do we ride this? It's a
Yeah.
very interesting conversation, isn't it? When we're feeling pushed,
Yeah.
what's the,
Yes.
so I'd
Yeah.
love to hear your um kind of take on it from the different personality types. What would be useful for each personality type to, because I know you did it before in terms of a card reading, but more just
Yeah.
coming from you this time.
So with the goddess of action, and you're that type A personality, you're just doing it all, and you do it all. It's just oftentimes easier for you to do it than to explain yourself, to have someone else. You're just like, I'll just handle it. For you, this energy is really truly give yourself permission to stop, to say no, to just don't. And when you can step back, that's going to recharge your battery that you didn't even realize you needed recharging. And I had a client earlier today, in fact, where she is that personality and goes and goes and goes. I'll tell you, she's had two like life moments where she got pulled over for speeding and got a warning. And then she also got a little fender bender yesterday. And that's where you're pushing, pushing, pushing. And the universe will keep talking to you until you listen. So, especially for you're a fire horse, if you're a goddess of action, please put in your alarm system like time off. Like you're just gonna do something fun, go for a run. Don't have these limitations on yourself of, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. Make it so that I got to do something for me.
Yeah.
That's really going to help you ride out this year even better. With the Goddess of Order, as you really enjoy having that list, I get it. But the downside is the perfectionism that you bring to everything. And understanding that one, you're perfect just the way you are. You really are designed perfectly. And so leaning into accepting that and working with your gifts, you are the most intuitive of all the personalities, and yet you are the most logical. So you logic it out. It's like, oh, that would be too easy. Oh, that doesn't make sense. So don't talk yourself out of it. In the year of the fire horse, you are a superb actual rider. You're a superb equestrian. So trust that flow, trust the rhythm, and then also know when to get off. And I mean that when I want you to dismount when it's time. So your C work, like C plus work, your C average work is others A plus work. And there's so much truth to that. So just get it out there. Just do it. It's something is better than nothing. And I'm going to tell you, you can always go back and tweak it if you want, but don't. It was already great. It was already great. So please take that advice. As the goddess of optimism, you can bring the joy, you can bring the giggle, but sometimes you want to be so liked by everybody. And remember, in that herd of horses, you know how there's a pecking order. And it's okay if there's someone that doesn't particularly care for your sunshine or your energy. Instead of taking it personally, just understand that's them and you do you. Do not change who you are to accommodate someone else. And I often will tell a client, look, if you are someone that loves McDonald's and you're someone that doesn't love McDonald's, nothing wrong with that. It's nothing against the people that love it, nothing against the people that don't love it. Just you do you. And for the goddess of optimism, you're going to forget about that person shortly anyway. You're able to put those blinders on just like horses can do. Put those blinders on and keep your eye on the prize, which is you spread joy and sunshine to everybody just by being you, just by your smile. So literally, like your person that was saying about, I'm smiling, hang in there. Same, same, same. For the goddess of peace, I'll tell you, in the Cosmic Decoder Club, I've got so many goddesses of peace. They don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to necessarily bother me. They want to stay hidden. They'll sometimes direct message, and it took them like 2 months to message me. If you're a goddess of peace, use this time to be seen. Use this time to, and I don't want to say light a fire under you, but allow it to give you that extra little nudge to do something. If you intuitively have that feeling and you are very good at having that just knowingness, you just know. So trust that and spur into action. You don't have to do that gallop. You don't have to canter. You could just do a comfy, cozy little walk. But I just want you to take one step every day, just one step, and then celebrate you. That's the thing that for all of us, really, celebrate ourselves. No matter what you're going through, no matter what your personality is, remember you're going to be a beautiful blend. Trust the message that you're getting. But in the year of the fire horse, it's a time to allow your to don't get burnout. I was going to say, just please put in your calendar time for you. Put in with zero guilt, by the way. Put it in your phone, set your alarm, do things you love, know when you're walking away. If you work from home, you've got to say, this is it. Close the door and be you. Give yourself the freedom to be you, enjoy you, and celebrate you, and get your nails done. I mean, our horses get more nail time than I do. So I think that would be a fun treat too.
Oh, Hey, that's fabulous, Trish. And so, we people can take your quiz as well
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
help. That's quite helpful in identifying what personality type you
Yeah.
are.
Yes.
So I'm curious, once people have identified who they are, how can they start to use your cards? Because they're
Right.
fabulous cards, and I love the fact they're so simple. Just one word. I feel
Yes.
that leaves a lot of room for the intuition to come in.
Exactly. And what's interesting is people that haven't taken the quiz can still get the feeling off the card. And it's been interesting, like where they're in different shops, and it's amazing which deck is people feel. And what I find amazing, people love the faces. I've got different gals. I wanted different women, different body types being represented. And I
Can you hold
wanted,
them right up so we can see
sure.
them? I'm just getting little glimpses.
Yeah. So here is like this one is a goddess of order. So they're color coded where she is um going goddess of order is definitely so creative, so amazing. And the more you start to learn about the goddess personality, the more you can nerd out over it. So I like to go into how it even relates to the particular zodiac signs, how when we're in that zodiac season, you're really going into it. For example, a Taurus is aligned with the goddess of order. And so you can feel her energy naturally. If you have like this is the goddess of action, and I like her expression. I like how she brings this looking at you like, I believe in you, baby. You are confident. And if you pull this card to start your day, it's like, wait a minute, every decision I make, am I being confident in my decision? Or as a goddess of optimism, am I feeling like, oh, I can't do that because I don't want to make her mad? No, be confident. You said no. That's how you mean it. Stick with it. As a goddess of optimism, that's the yellow card. And what a great reminder to celebrate. So oftentimes we forget to celebrate ourselves. We forget that we can celebrate the small things in life. And it might just be like not getting a ticket. It might actually be, like, yes, you can hear the wind, but you know what? You can feel the wind. You're alive. You can hear it. And sometimes we have to remind ourselves, I'll tell you, it's not been very happy here either with all the sunshine. Everything's like, okay, we gotta celebrate it. Okay, so that, and then, oh no, I did that one too. So the other, what color am I forgetting? I,
You've done the action, optimism. I'm not sure about the colors.
peace.
Peace,
I
that's
didn't.
it.
Oh, okay. So I have a, okay. So here's one of the piece too. I love this
Oh,
piece.
beautiful.
Goddess of Peace loves nap time. And what's interesting with the members in the club have talked about they literally need naps. They're like, it doesn't matter even if it's a 10-minute nap. And I've always heard it, but then seeing it real time, especially with this weather, that has been so prevalent. Like, oh my gosh, I need a nap. And they do. So please bless yourself with that downtime, even if you have to hide in your car, even if you have to hide in your bathroom just to get that sense of peace for a little bit, that rest where we have to give our brain a rest. We have to give ourselves a physical rest. And then there are cards for your goddess guides. And what she's doing is she's coming to you very clearly, reminding you you're magical. I love the one word. I love that you have to trust your intuition. And I love that so many women and men feel the connection of the card. They feel the energy, the layers of it, which is intentional. So it's just like you said, when you're intentional, you can actually create and manifest with ease instead of overthinking or making it more difficult. How lucky are we? How incredible. What a gift.
I mean, that's how we first connected, Trish.
Yeah.
I noticed the energy of your card. I said it was like magical. It was kind of like sparkling, the deck, and we
Yes.
got chatting.
You
So
felt
it's
it.
really
You
quite
definitely felt it.
tangible what's coming through there. I've got a little
Thank you.
cat coming in to join.
Yay.
He knows how to open the door. So he obviously wanted to be part of the podcast today.
That is so funny. So he kind of looks like my one cat Angel. Okay, so here is insider information. Y'all, I was going to record this podcast. I had it all set up in my other room where I filmed in my library where I filmed the reading, okay? Everything was fine. Well, my cats will not leave me alone. As you see in the reading, my stinker pot, my Ginger, of course, all y'all redheads, you know what I'm talking about. But he will not stop. And then Angel, who looks like your cat right there, kept coming. I was like, okay, I just got to run into the other room then. You are not behaving. And now your cat comes. I was like, okay, well, fine.
They must have needed the cat energy in today because like it
Yes.
came, I noticed it came into your car, but oh, here he comes, look, he's
Yeah.
gonna come right up. Um, yeah,
I
I
love
mean,
it.
I closed the door, but he obviously he hasn't done this in a podcast before, so it's quite interesting. So
It's good energy.
he's just sat
Feels
next to
it.
me now. He's
Yeah.
purring away, bringing something in.
Take it.
So that
I
feels like a
feel
really great moment for you to do a card reading. So we've got a little
sure.
guardian here.
Yes. I also feel this year is going to be really working with your familiars, working with a power animal. Even if you feel like I just don't know what you mean, I don't, if there's an animal that keeps coming to you or keeps being present, trust that, connect with it, and work with it. Just like you see a hawk flying over, ask hawk, what do I need to see clear? When you're working with power animals, it's what you think about that animal. That's the aspect, the strength that they're bringing. So, right now, before I pull this card, just take a cleansing breath wherever you may be listening, watching, and set the intention for a revelation, for clarity. Maybe there's some wisdom that you're hoping for in a particular situation or wanting to manifest something. We invite your angels in to help with this message, to help with the clarity and the guidance. Ooh, I feel Archangel Metatron coming in. He's giving me a little bit of a buzz, a dizziness. There's a lot of energy flowing, and I'm very grateful. Thank you. And I'm sure you're feeling it too. We actually have two cards. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Oh, thank you. Okay, so the very first card is move. This is the goddess of action with the red. But any movement is good. And sometimes we feel like the move means like I have to take that action step, and it doesn't. It just means like move. Sometimes we need to do some stretching. Sometimes we just need to move our body. Sometimes we need to move into a different area. If you are going to the office day in and day out, if you have a particular room in your home where you work, or you are always going to the same grocery store, this is saying like move location, move the scenery. If you can get outdoors and get some movement going, you're shifting the energy and you're bringing in that divine guidance as well. So there is going to be movement, especially with this year of the horse, but especially with whatever you were visualizing or thinking about, what that intention, where you are asking for clarity. It's just move. And I do feel like it's similar to that, just take one little step, but it's also one little step can be tossing away a note that you no longer want, throwing away a particular email, maybe just change out something, change out your purse. I mean, it really doesn't have to be a major movement, but it's some sort of move, and then it needs to be celebrated. If you can incorporate a happy dance, you have already won. So see yourself as having already manifested, and then really do the happy dance. She's joyous. Her movement is she is loving life. Her hair is flipping back. She's got the universe going. She's got the sparkles. She's got the sun, the stars. So take some movement. Interesting, the next card being patience. And when I feel like you have the movement, which is actually going, and then you have the patience, which is the goddess of peace, she's saying it is working out. These Goddesses of peace have the patience that you just don't understand. I mean, it's like, really? Really? They stay in unhealthy relationships for years because they're like, everything's kind of a meh. But they also have the patience to weigh it out. Like, you know what? I am going to manifest. I can wait this out. I can keep showing up. I've got it. That's exactly what this patience is bringing you. She's just saying, hey, just do the move. Just know that it's manifested. Know that you're getting it. Know it's a matter of timing, and it is a matter of timing. So just be patient. It's easier to be patient for something that you know. You've booked a vacation. You know it's going to happen. You know you're going on it. Just be patient. If this is happening, this is what you've wanted, what you're manifesting, what you desire is happening. Just be patient and take that celebratory dance, take that celebratory step, take the action. You already have it. It's just a matter of timing. So, oh gosh, I hope everyone receives that. I hope you receive that.
Oh,
That's so
thank you,
exciting.
Trish. Thank you so much. And what's really interesting is patience came up in the last card reading for the year of the horse. I'm pretty certain it did as well.
Yeah.
So that
Wow.
seems to be almost like a really strong theme,
I think that's
like
going to be a
when
key
things
theme.
are when
Yeah.
things are moving so quickly, remember to kind of almost like sit back and wait a little bit
Yes.
because we don't want to necessarily just jump into the fire.
Right, right. And sometimes it's so difficult to wait because we're caught up, we want to join in, we're like ready, ready, ready. And yet, I'm going to take it back to our horses. You'll hear me talking about the white horse mama, and she's lowest on the totem pole, but she just doesn't mind. And she just lets everybody else get in their stalls when it's time to eat, and she just comes all in. And I am also going to tell you, we have this little sheep that adopted our family. She ran away from home and adopted our farm and adopted us. Little itty bitty girl. And all five horses had this standoff where the five horses were lined up and this little sheep was standing there and won them over in 3 days. She just kept standing there very patiently, like, you will love me. You will notice me. You will spoil me.
Oh,
You will add me.
wow.
And they did. They absolutely have adopted her in. They love her. And that's the thing. If you just wait with that quiet confidence, if you will just be patient, but you got to know you are marvelous. You got to accept that you're deserving, accept this is your time. There is no reason why you cannot manifest it now. Do not get burnt by the year of the fire horse. Don't get trampled by the horses. And remember, when they get going, there's a lot of energy, but they also know how to stop too. So please really embrace that, knowing when to stop, even far beyond the fire horse, beyond the year of the horse.
Yes,
Celebrate
because
you.
we've got another
No.
year,
Yeah.
haven't we? We've got another fire year
Yeah.
following up.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit
Yeah.
about that, just so we know what's coming up?
2 years of fire is people that are not aware of the cosmic vibe going on. They might be a little terse. They might be a little irritated. You know how we have a phrase here often when you're hungry and you're just irritable, you're hangry, you just got to get something to eat. Well, that's going to be present for the next 2 years. That I don't know why I'm so hangry, I'm irritable. I don't know why, but that fiery energy is a thing that really burns up everything in order to help it release. I do want to bring in Goddess Bridget, especially because of her being the patron saint of wells. Think about that. Think about she's already working with our water energy, especially with you having the wonderful storms and us having the snow, the frozen one. Also, the hearth. So she contains that fire and also the sword making and the silversmithing. So she's able to refine things and shift things. And I feel knowing 2 years of fire energy, working with your guides, any of your spirit guides, working with Goddess Bridget, working with your goddess personality, learn to navigate so that you can stay calm, cool, and collected. This fire energy is going to have you go, go, go. You're going to feel like ready. You're going to have that anticipation and energy, and I just got to go. So, really great point to bring up. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for reminding everybody, too. Like, babe, this is 2 years now. You've got 2 years coming here.
Wow, what times we're on. I know all the astrology is pointing to these years being, the most transformative that we've known
Yeah.
in centuries. So very exciting times, but also very kind of unsettling times in many ways.
It can be. It can be. Change can always be uncomfortable, but I feel it's because you've outgrown that situation and you're ready for that new. And that's what I feel for all of us, honestly. I know we don't have to do a battle. We don't have to be kicking and screaming. It's just like when you see little kids, you know how they don't want to lay down for a nap and they kick and scream and they fight. And you're like, just take the nap. I want the nap. It's that energy. Let's not kick and scream. Let's just go with the flow. And I do feel that if when we're talking about the goddess personalities, what I love is, babe, if you're shuffling your deck in the morning and you get a goddess of peace reminding you, here all of a sudden she's saying, sorry, just pulled up. She's saying, be calm and carry on. What she's reminding you of, be in the flow, babe. You don't have to get burned up. You don't have to keep doing this to yourself. Just be in the flow and don't engage in the negative stuff. There's going to be negative stuff all the time anyway. It's just like my garden is always going to have some weeds. I know it. I know it. I know. There's a balance. And I feel like your podcast, your community, everything that you put out there, everything that they're doing to spread light and sunshine, to be the light workers, to make a difference in the world, that's that being in the flow. And they're the ones that are able, honestly, to add the water. So with that fire, you might have some steam, but that just dissipates everything easier. It just helps it be eliminated. And I do feel like this is such a calling on hearts and that people are showing up as their authentic self and they're just making the world a better place. So I'm excited
Absolutely.
to see what
Yeah, there's so
happens.
many of us that are just holding
Yeah.
that light at the moment, no
Yeah.
matter what's
Yeah.
going down in the external world. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so do check out everyone the Fire Horse reading by Trish, and she's also going to be doing a monthly card reading for the New Earth co-creators. We're going to have one coming out for the equinox, so do watch out for her wonderful card readings. Is there anything you'd like to share before we finish up today? Any last thoughts?
Oh, thank you. Well, I hope people take the quiz, go to trishmckinley.com/goddess and take the quiz and let me know which goddess personality you are. If you email, I actually reply to every email. It's me, it's not a VA or anything. And if you do so, I'll send something back just as a treat, just from my heart, just what, spirit asks of me. And I'm really excited to find out where you fall on that goddess scale. And if you take the quiz, are you agreeing with that? Do you see that? Do you feel it's more a mask? Let's chat a little bit more in that. And then the other thing is, no matter your personality, celebrate you. Accept that you are a beautiful divine being. And I often say, made from stardust, designed to shine. And it truly is such an honor to be a part of all of your journey. It truly is such an honor to be here. And thank you for this time. And I look forward to meeting everybody and staying in contact because this ability to just share the goddesses. Thank you for that. And thank you. I look forward to sharing another reading. And I know people are just going to have so much already. Like they're just going to keep leveling up and leveling up. And it's exciting to watch that and celebrate with everyone. So thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Sarah.
so much, Trish. And it's such important work that you're doing because the goddess energy is really rising. It's time for this, for all these
Yes.
qualities to resurface and be embodied again. So your work is
Yeah.
just so relevant as we
Thank
move
you.
into this new earth and we're in this process of shifting
Yeah.
timelines, really, or shifting ages. So
Yes.
thank
Yeah.
you for kind of
Oh,
bringing
thank you.
awareness and for all the incredible work that you're doing. It's just been such a joy to chat with you. And thank you everyone for listening in. Many
Thank you.
blessings. Lots of
Thank you.
love.
Mwah.